Hello, SimTheWorld here, bringing you Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Today we will be opening up a new shop to try to build ourselves a full functioning garage. Come along as we explore the basics of the game, as well as the expansive group of cars that have been added over the previous years. And here we are, we have our new garage. If you take a look at the top right, we have in this order our current level. Our experience points, 0 out of 300. Gain experience as you remove and add parts to cars. The blue item is the calls, the orders. So we have people bringing in their cars needing to be worked on. And we start off with $4,000. Not a huge amount, but we will make do and we'll grow this. So our tools, we have at the main gate a variety of places that we'll be able to unlock. We have a test track, off-road track, speed track. As we begin to collect cars, build cars, expand our collection, we'll be able to take those out to actually try them. We even have a racetrack to take them to time them. There's a variety of ways to gain cars. You can go to a junkyard that we'll be able to unlock. That includes cars that needs to be repaired, that are scrap heaps. We also have car auctions that we can get cars in various conditions and upgrade them. As we continue through, we'll be unlocking barn locations that we'll be able to find possibly rare or higher end cars for cheap. And finally, there's the car saloon where you can buy brand new cars. I've never found that as much fun. It's the whole point of the game's really just to build the cars. So, as we come around our new garage, first thing we have is our toolbox. This game employs the method of leveling up and gaining skills. And as you gain a level, you unlock a skill point that you can use to choose which upgrade you'd like, such as 50% faster screwing and unscrewing, 10% faster walking, because you'll find after a while moving around slow is kind of lame, and discounts at the shop. But as we go along, we'll be able to open up our garage into a bigger and better collection, such as expanding, having a repair bench. This level will be able to have a second lifter, warehouse to store parts. And finally, once we get to level 30, we'll be able to begin painting our own cars. So, usually it's a bit of a grind to get to level 30. I'll try to skip some of that for you, so we can get to the fun part. Today we're going to go through the basics. With Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, they introduced wheels where we'll need to change the tires on the rims and balance them. We'll begin seeing that in the upcoming missions. We also have to pull and install our own springs on our shock columns. We have our lifter here. We have an engine stand over here. And here we can drain oil from vehicles. Finally, we have our phone where we can take orders. Let's take this brake job before it disappears. Oh. And we also have our computer where we can buy parts that we'll need to repair. Let's go ahead and get the first car on the lifter. Here we are, we want to lift this up. We're going to need to get some work done. Let's take a look what needs to be done first. Alright, so we took the story mode mission. And it says, a year and a half ago I bought this car for my son. He said he's not interested in anything except driving it, and occasionally filling it up at the gas station. Please check the oil and the tires. As we see, we have a list of things that we'll need to replace: the air filter, fuel filter, and 4 tires, as well as we'll need to change the oil. So why don't we start off with the easy job, get the car lifted up all the way, and we're going to change the oil. To do that, we'll want to pull over the oil drain. We're going to want to place it underneath car lifter A, as that's the only lifter we have. Then we'll use the equipment to drain the oil, and that's all there is to it. Put it back where it belongs. Now we have to refill the oil, so we'll go over into the engine, take off the oil fill plug, and fill it with some oil. It's really not a gauge to know when there's enough oil, but you don't want to overfill it. So I usually stop about there, when the bottle kicks back a little. There we have it. The oil's been changed. We can take a look. We got a check mark there, so that's finished. Now we need to change our parts. So to do that, we need to replace the oil and the air filter. Let's do those first before doing the tires. So again, we're going to want to find the fuel filter. Easy enough. We can see it through rusted part, or we can see it's the part that lights up red when we go into exam mode. Same with the tires need to be replaced, and the air filter turns up red. Now we're going to switch back from exam mode to part unmount mode. We can take the fuel filter off. We want to come over here to the air filter, remove the 4 clips that surround and house the air filter, take off the top, and now we can remove the filter. So we need to replace these parts, so we're going to come over to our PC. The main shop, one of the first items, we've got the air filter. That's convenient. We'll buy that. We also need to search for the fuel filter. There we have it. Pay $30, but we've got the part. Come back over. Let's put this together. We'll want to switch over to part mount mode. Here we can choose which part we want. We don't want the low quality one, but we want the new part. For these story mode missions, you need to replace parts with brand new parts. You can't be recycling old ones you've collected from previous jobs. The clip's back on. The last clip hitting over there. And finally, we are going to install the fuel filter. And if we look at our car status, those are checked off as well. Now we need to replace the tires. So let's start by taking off all 4 tires. As we begin, you can really see how the 50% screwing and unscrewing perk will be a huge help for us going forward. And also see how much of a grind this game can begin to be, as we've only earned 17 experience points out of the 300 we need to level up. That said, however, it does start to go quicker as you get further and deeper into the car repairs. And finally, we're going to come over to tire number 4 and get this off. It'd be simple if we could just buy the tire and rim together, but we only need to replace the tire. And to do that, we want to come over to our tire changer and separate the tire from the rim. We're going to want to do this for all 4 tires. Alright, as we finish our 4th tire here, we are going to need to go buy new tires to put on. First thing we want to do, though, is check our inventory. So what we need to do is buy the right tire. So we need to buy standard tire B, and the size is going to be 205/55 with 16-inch rims. We will need 4 of those. So let's go back out to our shop, and we want to go to the tire shop. Find standard tire B. We will need 4 16-inch rims. It's going to be 205/55. And there we are. We have our tires. So the next challenge will be putting them all together. So we want to put the old rim on the new tires. For this, we're going to do this together because there's a second step involved. After the tires together, we need to balance the two. If we go over to the balancer, you can see here that it's unbalanced. What we want to do, say yes, and that will start spinning. While that spins, we can continue to install our tires. When it's done balancing, we can remove it from the balancer and begin to balance the others. One of my hopes is that when they eventually get to making a new car mechanic game, perhaps 2021, that they include additional tools that you can buy, so we can have a couple tire changers or a couple balancers, so that we can take care of these all at once. Now we're going to come over back to the car, and we want to mount the new tires. We can see all 4 of them balanced. We don't have the little icon, so they're ready to go. We'll begin the tedious task of screwing in all the tires. But again, once we start unlocking some skill points, this will all go much quicker. And there we have it. We finished our job. Let's take a look at our status to confirm. We see all the tasks have a green check mark. We have a task bonus and a job bonus, so we've completed it 100%. So we can finish the order. Now his son has a safe car to drive. We've got a few more bucks in our pocket. So thanks for joining us. We are wrapping up our first story mode job. We'll be coming to you next with a few more different tasks. Give you a feel for how the game works. So again, thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the action. You can follow on Twitter for updates for future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch as I try to stream 3 days a week. Once again, thanks, and we'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.